Good afternoon, Fantasy Bay. Mike Williams here with another Week 5 game preview. And today we're going to be going over the Baltimore Ravens versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. Man, this game used to be really good. All right, this is going to be on Sunday at 1 p.m. The over-under is 44, and the Ravens are favored by 3, which they should cover that. All right, so Rudolph is the quarterback for the Steelers with Ben Roethlisberger out. Numbers-wise, he had an okay game. He had 229 yards for 2 touchdowns. But if you watched it, it wasn't the most impressive thing I've ever seen. I'm not super confident in him and his ability to get it down the field to Juju Smith-Schuster, which is nerve-wracking. And Juju's a little dinged up, so I'm kind of worried about that. Another person throwing passes or tossing passes. Jalen Samuels, he had 3 completions on 3 attempts for 31 yards. That'll get you a couple extra points. All right, let's move down to the rushers. All right, so you had James Conner, who had 10 rushes for 42 yards. That's meh, but he also had 8 receptions for 83 yards and a touchdown. You gotta love that. That's amazing. The receiving game is definitely going to keep them involved. I don't think the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to be an outrageously good offense this year, but I do think that if they get into negative game scripts, they're just going to be dumping it off to James Conner and Jalen Samuel, which Jalen Samuel is the next person I'm going to talk about. He had 10 carries. That might have sounded familiar. That's the same amount of carries that James Conner had. They are splitting carries, everybody. That is not a good sign for James Conner. So Jalen Samuels had 10 carries for 26 yards and a touchdown. It's not the greatest yards per carry, but he also did work in the receiving game. He had 8 receptions for 57 yards. That's not bad. So both James Conner and Jalen Samuel had 10 carries. They both had 8 receptions and 8 targets. This looks like an actual 50-50 split. If this is the same moving forward, man, Jalen Samuels is going to be very good for fantasy. I don't think he's going to be like a league winner or anything, but it seems like James Conner's having some health issues, and if he's out, Jalen Samuels is going to be great. And even if he is in, I still think Jalen Samuels should have a flex-worthy play this week. Why is that, Michael? Well, the Ravens are literally 30th against the running back, so they should have a good game. And also, Jalen Samuels, man, being involved in passing and receiving, and he's throwing the ball, that's all facets of the game at that point. That's amazing. Interested to see what they can do with him. Was it just a gimmicky 1-week thing? I don't know, but I have him on my team, so I'm hoping it's not a 1-week thing. So let's go with how the Ravens are defensively. They're 22nd against the quarterback, 30th against the running back, 17th against the wide receiver, and 24th against the tight end. So if Vance McDonald is back, fire him up. Oh, and also, damn, this is sad. I actually almost forgot about Juju Smith-Schuster. Man, this is not the start that you expected if you drafted him in the late first, early second round. 3 receptions for 4 targets for 15 yards. Yikes, that is not good. I'm not selling him right now because you're getting pennies on the dollar. If you're going to sell him, I'd wait till he had a couple games that were decent. Eventually, they should let Rudolph throw the ball down the field, but I don't think that happens this game. You don't want to risk losing to a divisional rival just to get Juju Smith-Schuster going. They need to win this game. If they want to stay relevant and make the playoffs, which I don't have too much faith that they'll make the playoffs, but you have to beat the Ravens if you want to make the playoffs. They're in your division, and they're probably going to be leading the division at the end of it, especially considering how the Browns have been playing. I know that the Browns beat them last week, but I don't have too much faith that they're going to run away with it. So if the Steelers want to stay relevant, they got to win this game. All right, let's go down to the Ravens. Lamar Jackson. Man, that guy is good. He had 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 247 yards. Great game. And then you look at his rushes. He had 9 rushing attempts for 66 yards. That's fantastic. That's always going to keep him relevant. Even when he has bad games, his rushing will always keep him relevant. Mark Ingram came back to earth. He had 12 carries for 71 yards. Mediocre. But after the week he had before where he went gangbusters, he can have an okay week, guys. You're not dropping him. All right, let's go to the receivers. Mark Andrews had a meh game, 4 receptions for 31 yards off of 8 targets. You like the 8 targets, though. Follow the targets. Always follow the targets. Marquise Brown, another meh game, 4 receptions for 22 yards off of 7 targets. 7 targets, 8 targets. Leads the team. Looking good. I know it wasn't a great fantasy day, but it shows that they're keeping him involved, and that's important. All right, so let's see how the Steelers rank up on their defense. They are 9th against the quarterback, 14th against the running back, 26th against the wide receiver, and 20th against the tight end. I'm firing up Mark Andrews every week because he's a guaranteed play. Marquise Brown is a Deshaun Jackson type player, so you're firing him up. Lamar Jackson, obviously you're playing him, and Mark Ingram. That's all I'm playing from this game. All right. Well, that's all I'm playing for this team. All right. Fantasy Bay, Mike Williams out. If you have any questions, hit me up on social media, and good luck this week.